The city is changing, and I'm changing with it. I can be anything. Become anyone. Absorbing every memory until I can remember who I am and who deserves my wrath.
What's up, everybody? This is Nate with IGN Xbox, and today we're going to be reviewing the Simpsons game from EA. So the game takes place not only within the confines of Springfield, but basically throughout a bunch of your favorite Simpsons episodes. It parodies the show, it parodies other EA games, it parodies movies, it parodies even as far-reaching as Christianity. Basically, the game starts off with Bart finding a video game manual that is apparently dropped from the heavens. Within that manual, there are details about how each family member can use their newfound powers within their video game world that they know that they're in. The funny thing about The Simpsons is that it points out all the weird little cliches that all video games have. It does this with bosses that have obvious weaknesses.
Guys, look, the hatch opens after every 4 laser bursts. That's the weak spot when we need to fire.
Hey, Kodos, that ugly kid's right. Why are we exposing our weak spot after every 4 laser bursts?
Every obvious thing, every cliche is pointed out, and it's just hilarious through the entire game. EA did an excellent job of capturing the spirit of The Simpsons by using the original cast, the original creators. Matt Groening is even in the game playing the role of himself, which is just hilarious.
Violet, engage the super tuned defense systems.
Yes, Mr. Groening.
It's graining.
Are you sure?
No.
The Simpsons is basically one giant parody. It parodies so many different things. It stays fresh throughout each and every level. Part of that has to do with the fact that each level has its own theme to it. Basically, every level is its own episode of The Simpsons. Like, you're gonna see stuff like the Land of Chocolate, Lisa trying to save trees from lumberjacks.
I blame this whole global warming thing on the Canadians.
There's a Medal of Honor episode called Medal of Homer.
Oh, look at me, I'm French. I'm a scared girl. I don't like being bombed and attacked.
The Simpsons game is basically one giant joke that never gets old. It's always funny, and Simpsons fans are really gonna appreciate it. The gameplay of The Simpsons could probably best be described as a platformer. You're going to do a lot of jumping, a lot of climbing for ledges, but this is done, obviously, through controlling the 4 main characters that everybody knows. Each character has their own set of powers. Take, for instance, Bart. He can become Bartman. He has a slingshot. And there's Homer, who is easily the most fun character to play in the entire game. He can burp. He turns into a giant fat ball. He becomes Gummy Homer, and each one of his different forms has its own set of powers. It's just too bad that the other characters didn't have the same unique set of powers as Homer does. Like Marge only has a megaphone, she can control a mob of people, and that's basically it. He has a nice progression, whereas the other characters kind of stay the same throughout the whole game. As with other third-person perspective games, the Simpsons camera can get a little unmanageable in tight situations. This especially happens when there's a lot of enemies on screen at one time closing in on you and you're trying to swing the camera around to find the good sweet spot to battle them. It can become very frustrating. Another knock on the gameplay is actually what should be one of the game's strongest points, and that is the co-op play. It's obvious that the developers made cooperative play an afterthought in the whole development cycle, because the 2-player co-op campaign just isn't as fun as it should be. Since the levels are obviously designed with certain characters in mind, and those are the two characters that you have to use for that given level. But in the co-op gameplay, basically that leaves one character to sit idle while the other character is off doing their thing and accomplishing things within the level, and it just isn't fun for two people. So at the end of the day, it's just a really big disappointment that co-op is not as fun as it should be. It's supposed to be a main attraction of the game, and it's clear that it could be a main attraction for the game, and it's not because of poor design choices. The length of the game is also going to be a little disappointing for people who go out and spend $60. It'll run around 8 hours for the main campaign, probably around 10, maybe 12 hours if you want to go through and collect all the different things for each character, like Bart has Krusty coupons, Lisa has Malibu Stacy items, and the only real point of finding those are going to be for achievements. It doesn't actually provide any more story to the game or flesh out any of the characters. At the end of the day, the Simpsons game will be remembered as an 8-hour episode of the show that stays funny throughout. Co-op should have been much more fun than it is, but Simpsons fans are still going to appreciate the effort that EA put in to deliver a fully realized Simpsons experience.
Como cualquier hombre, cuando uno está entre la espada y la pared, es capaz de todo. Cuando alguien ataca lo que más quiere, hará lo que sea necesario. Está en busca de respuestas, de la verdad.
Papá, ¿qué pasa?
No puedes darnos la espalda, Fisher. Te hicimos. Nos perteneces y siempre nos pertenecerás.
Él mantendrá sus convicciones. ¿Para quién trabajas?
El Sam Fisher que tú conocías está muerto. El hombre que seguía las reglas y escuchaba las órdenes no existe más. Así que cuídense, viene hacia acá y no pueden detenerlo, y nadie lo hará.
Esto es más grande que tu hija, más grande que tú y yo. La gente detrás de esto, no puedes esconderte de ellos.
¿Quién ha hablado de esconderse? Lo que pase ahora depende de ustedes.
The case that makes you, and the case that breaks you.
LAPD, could we have a word?
Case you never solve. The one that keeps you awake at night.
You shot a man in cold blood. You're going to have to pay for that.
Takes a certain animal cunning, lad. Do you think you might be ready for that?
What have we got? 2 stiffs, overdosed. The victim was dead before the car hit him.
Spill it, or we take you out in the alley and we knock it out of you.
You needed the money, so you killed her.
That's not true, goddammit! I thought you'd been under fire before. So I'm supposed to believe that you don't know what happened?
I expect you to draw your own conclusions.
Not gonna happen, fellas. This is your chance. Don't fail me.
We're done for now.
Boom, 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 boom.
Arregla esto y no lo olvidaré. Confía en mí.
Gonna shoot you right down. Right off of your feet.
No hay mucha gente con agallas para algo así. Necesitamos a gente así.
Take you home with me. Put you in my house.
Nuestro nuevo amigo, Vito Escaleta.
¿De dónde
¿Dónde has sacado el dinerito?
No has provocado una puta guerra.
Ya era hora de que apareciera.
Estos tíos no son policías.
Ir de obrero por la vida es un asco, eso está claro.
Ya te digo.
Oh, yeah. Well, come on home to me, baby.